I'm telling you what I know, girls. Broke men are mean. Okay? They are mean because they are not happy with themselves. And a man's ability to provide is essential to his confidence, to his self esteem, just like the way a woman looks is very much associated with how she feels about herself and affects her confidence and her self esteem. Obviously, rich men can be mean too, okay? But what I'm telling you is, as a whole, 98.9% of men who cannot provide for themselves, like basic necessities, that need somebody else to help them with food, shelter, and transportation, men that are not in a place where they want to be in their life, where they are frustrated for prolonged periods of time, they need outlets to vent that frustration. If a man is broke, chances are it's not one day of being broke. It's months, it's years of not being able to do what he needs to do. And there is a pent up frustration, and he will take it out on the people that are closest to him. The number one person he's taking that out on is his significant other. He will be mean to you. Okay. And it can be just a matter of him being snappy and rude, stingy, accusing you of being a gold digger just because you are asking for bare minimum, or just because you are confident. It could be him having a problem with you having confidence in yourself and loving yourself. He'll have a problem with that. Or it could be downright violent. When a man is not where he wants to be, especially financially, the woman in his life is paying for it. And I don't care what couples are smiling on social media, back behind closed doors. If there's money problems and he can't do anything about it, he is mean, he is mean, he is mean. And I'm telling you, if you are not married to this man, if you don't have to stay there, run.
Whoo. Man, shout out to her. I appreciate the content creator showing her perspective. I feel like she was a little everywhere. I was kind of agreeing with her, but then I was like disagreeing. Um, and what I really took from this really quick was, I definitely think there's a difference between poor man and broke man, right? I feel like from what I'm hearing, she should be saying not really broke man, she should be saying poor man. And I think there's a difference of mentality as well. So, right, because it's the way she's explaining it, there's definitely a disassociation with it. And when she's breaking it down, like a man who been broke from like a prolonged amount of time, a man who can't provide for himself through transportation, a place of to live, can't feed himself. You know what I mean? That's a poor man. That's not a broke man. And so before I really dig into what the rest of she's saying, from my perspective, yes, a poor man is, he is one who can't give any means to himself. He doesn't have any transportation. He's not working consistently. He needs somewhere to for somebody to feed him. You know what I mean? That makes sense for me as far as a poor man. A broke man is a guy who's working. Maybe he does have a car. It may not be the best car. He has a spot, may not be the best spot. But between those two, I don't think broke men are mean, right? I think a poor man can be, because a few things that she said, I do kind of agree with, is a lot of times when men are poor, especially men who went through life and they don't have anything to show for it. I've met a lot of those men early in my life. They became drunks. They did a lot of drugs. You'll see them just hanging out on the street corners. Those are true poor men. They have no business going about themselves. They trying to always do a finesse, like maybe selling some smell goods out the back of a car, like some weird finesse. You know what I mean? Some weird outlet to try to hustle and make money. They in that mind state. They don't have anything consistent. A broke man is like, hey, I'm working. I'm trying to come up. I just don't have the funds to support my life and your lifestyle. You know what I mean? But I don't think they're mean, because I've been broke before, but I wasn't mean. I still was able to get dates and stuff like that, but wasn't going to Roof Chris and, Longhorns. Maybe we're going to Red Lobster. You know what I mean? Maybe I couldn't spend $30 on a plate at a time, but maybe we can go to Chipotle on a date, spend $10 a piece, something like that. But that's why I disagree. I definitely think there's a difference between poor man and broke man. Now, as she really dug into it, as far as their mind state about them being mean because of all these different scenarios that's happening to them, and also she said rich man could be broke. That's an internal thing, right? That's a man who lacks purpose. That's a man who is maybe have some trauma they haven't worked through. That's a man who has some healing that he needs to do. For them to be mean like that, to feel like you are challenging them based on you wanting the bare minimum, right? Or they lack self-worth. That I agree with. But I think again, it's a disassociation on how she's representing it, calling those men broke men. You know what I mean? So that's my take on it. Also, I would say that again, for me, agreeing to disagreeing, when you look at the broke man out there, right, who trying to come up in life, a lot of them are very motivated, right? Those are the men, ladies, if you watching, if you find a broke man and you see he's working, he's consistent, he may not have the best car, but he keep gas in it. He may not have a lot of furniture in his spot, but you can see him adding pieces slowly but surely. That's the man you want to grab up. You know what I'm saying? That's the one who's motivated. They may be starting their career. They may be at the bottom, but they hustling. They put in the work to get somewhere. You like, man, this guy's driven, right? I can see a future with him because I can see he's about that life. He's putting in the work. He just doesn't technically have, quote unquote, the lifestyle, the funds to show it off. He may not have the luxury car yet. He may not have the luxury cars yet. But a lot of women still call him broke, but his mind is not broke. You understand? And that's what we have to separate the two. There's a broke mentality and a poor mentality and a rich mentality, right? And a lot of broke men are getting looked over because they just don't have they not in a place in their life where they have the finances that a lot of these women are attracted to. But I think they missing a great opportunities for this man because a lot of women are smart and they can pour into these men to help them get to the next level. Not saying they need it, but if you looking for a relationship long term for something to be fruitful, find your broke man, quote unquote. Like I said, one who's on the come up. He has a car, he has a spot, he's able to take care of himself. He just not have got the big break yet as far as his career path. But he went to school or maybe he getting a trade where he's building himself up. But I agree, you don't want a poor guy. He can't even support himself with a car. He's 40 years old, still living with his mom. You know what I'm saying? Like he always asking for you to buy him something to eat. That's a poor man. He has nothing going for himself. And we have to make sure we understand it too. He doesn't have any goals, that poor man, right? He's in and out of different houses. You don't know what he do for work, for a career, right? He has the same clothes on. You see him every week. They don't look like they've been washed. You get what I'm saying? It's a difference between a poor man with a poor mind and a broke man with a who doesn't have a broke mind state. They just haven't made their come up yet. So listen, fellas, a lot of us are considered broke men. A lot of us making, fit between 50 to 150,000. A lot of women still call us broke, even though we can support ourselves. A lot of us are older. We just don't really care about being flashy like that. You know what I mean? We just want to, get our money right, be able to retire, have a good car that's paid off. You know what I mean? Have a crib and, be able to go on vacation, do what we want to do. We good at that point. Some of us do want a little bit more flashy lifestyle, but I think the most men, let me say that, we don't really care about that stuff. Real men, we don't really care too much about that. We care about taking care of our business and handling business and taking care of our loved ones, and we good. As long as we can, have some money in the bank, we real good. So, but shout out to her again. I think she was going in the right direction. I just think she needs to disassociate broke man from poor man, and that's what I think. So again, she definitely made some good points. But again, I think she just need to be able to separate the two, and hopefully I explain that thoroughly from my perception on what an actual true broke man is versus a poor man. We all know rich men are, you know what I mean, as far as financially. So, but yeah, what y'all think about that? Drop a comment below. Subscribe to the Husband Code if it's your first time. If you've been watching for a while, subscribe. Also, if you got any value from this video, hit the like button. And until next time, I appreciate y'all. Much love. Peace.